an indication, and I can see interceptors coming off from all directions. We don't know exactly how many missiles have been fired by the Iranians, but this is Israel's second largest city, a population of 300,000 people. And right now they are headed, and you're seeing an interception right there, up to the sky, Yaniv. Just stay with us. We just need to be calculated here. We're good here, and we are going to, okay, so right now what we are seeing, Sandra, is Israel's missile defense systems, likely along with American systems, working to intercept incoming ballistic missile fire. This is the attack that the Israeli Army warned about. We spoke with officials before we started this live report, and they said they actually had to cut short a statement by Israel's top spokesman because they got some information that this attack was about to be underway. These sirens that you hear off in the distance, again, are used to warn the population to get into shelters. And we're just going to wait and see what information we can gather about this. And we have a statement right now, Sandra, from the IDF, and I'm just going to read it to you in real time. A short while ago, sirens sounded in several areas across Israel following the identification of missiles from Iran toward the state of Israel. The public is asked to follow the instructions of the Home Front Command. At this time, the Israeli Air Force is operating to intercept and strike where necessary to eliminate the threat. It's essential to continue following the instructions of the Home Front Command. And so, again, the Israelis are operating in real time not only to strike the missile launching positions inside of Iran, but also to shoot down any of that fire. And they will use the defense systems on the ground, but also fighter jets if there are any sort of drones that are flying toward Israel to try to distract the air defense systems. But it gives you a sense. Okay, and I'm going to have my cameraman go back to the skyline here, and you're going to see more interceptor rounds coming off over Tel Aviv. The Iranians are targeting major population centers in Israel, again, in response to the operation overnight that took out a number of IRGC officials, and we can see flashes in the skies over Tel Aviv. Just pull out of this shot here a little bit, Yaniv, and I'm just going to talk to my cameraman while we're talking here. So there are some interceptors. There are interceptors coming in off the sea, and you're going to see some in the distant skyline. There's a missile, and it is headed down. So some of this I can already see, John and Sandra, is not being intercepted. We just saw one of the missiles. Okay, and there's an interception right over Tel Aviv. Pull out here, Yaniv, and you're going to see the trail. Just listen here. Okay, this is some short-range systems. Stay here, Yaniv. Pull out a little bit. Okay, there's just a massive amount of fire coming to Tel Aviv right now. Yaniv, get ready to pull it off the stick. Get off the sticks. All right, let's go. Time to go. Okay. Guys, come on, everyone move. Everyone move now. Stay with us, stay with us. Pick up the gear, let's go.
All right, so there you can see, I mean, this has happened again. We've seen this before, but this is a barrage of...
Okay, this is some short-range systems. Stay here, Yaniv. Pull out a little bit. Okay, there's just a massive amount of fire coming to Tel Aviv right now. Yaniv, get ready to pull it off the stick. Get off the sticks. All right, let's go. Time to go. Okay. Guys, come on, everyone move. Everyone move now. Stay with us, stay with us. Pick up the gear, let's go.
Indeed, that is the case, and this continues for days. Let's talk about just the wider impact of what this could have on the region. Trade routes, flights are already being pulled back.
Yeah, exactly, Kira. I mean, there are genuine growing fears that this could spread to a regional war. And I just want to add to what Marcus was saying, because we are hearing from an Israeli official that 2 waves of ballistic missiles, dozens of ballistic missiles, have been launched from Iran. Now, we understand that Israel's defense systems are in operation right now. They're trying to intercept them. And we've known, as Marcus has been reporting, as Martha has been reporting, that all day Israel has been on high alert since they launched their attacks, this operation that is called Rising Lion. So we know that Israel has been anticipating some sort of an attack, some sort of retaliation. And as Marcus was saying, that we heard from the Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, he warned Israel that it must expect severe punishment following what they called the crime of attacking Iran. And of course, true to their word, we are seeing that tonight. We are seeing them retaliate. And again, there are genuine fears that this could grow into a wider regional war.
Marcus, we are actually now hearing the explosions and seeing these incoming missiles also as the Iron Dome works to intercept them. What is it like down in the bunker? What are you hearing? What can you tell us as we watch these live pictures play out?
Yeah, Kira, we can hear the sounds of those explosions that I presume is part of Israel's air defense system that is now at work. I know you can see the live pictures that are being broadcast from Tel Aviv as I speak to you right now from this bomb shelter that has been set up here at the hotel where we have been working. And so we can hear some of those explosions. There was one that was strong enough to rattle the wall a little bit here, and certainly it's very active out there. And generally, the thinking is that once those air raid sirens have sounded, that you have about 10 minutes or so to get to a safe place before one of those missiles or projectiles is believed to be a threat in the area. Again, that's just a general rule, a general idea. So it does give you some warning, and that's an important thing for people who have been living through this through this war since October 7th, certainly paying attention to those warnings. It's a very serious deal. And you also get a sense of how traumatizing this can be. People who are trying to live their lives are having to leave their homes or are going to go to a bomb shelter inside their house. Anyone wants to live, but it's certainly the reality that so many are facing right now. And Kira, as we have been reporting on Israel's massive air assault on Iran, and then the expectation and the anticipation for what would happen tonight, this is doubly concerning.
You can see those missiles in the air. The Israeli Defense Forces say their air defense system has interrupted some of those. I want to bring in our Chief Global Affairs anchor, Martha Raddatz, for the latest on this. Martha?
Diane, what we're seeing is interceptions of some missiles over Tel Aviv. That is looking out over the city from our position at the hotel there in Tel Aviv. That was a familiar sight, but it is much more serious when you have Iran sending those missiles in and Israel trying to stop them. There are air raid sirens across Israel right now. People are being told to shelter in place or go to some sort of bomb shelter. I know our Marcus Moore is inside a shelter as well, which we often did in Israel over these past few years since the attack on October 7th. But again, Iran is very capable of sending waves of drones and missiles, despite being somewhat crippled after last night's attack on Iran by Israel, which was a very sweeping, very successful attack on personnel, on top generals, on nuclear scientists, on facilities, not all the nuclear facilities, but some of them indeed. But watching those missiles, watching that interception, there was a shot a little bit earlier. We saw a lot of smoke on the ground in Tel Aviv after one of those interceptions. It looked like one of those either interceptors or one of the missiles themselves. That smoke right there, where that landed and caused that smoke, I'm sure is of some concern right now.
And Martha, we can see that smoke cloud live now. I want to head over to our Marcus Moore, who's in a bomb shelter in Tel Aviv. Marcus, what are you seeing there?
Well, yeah, we are inside the shelter here that's in the hotel on the floor where we've been working. Moments ago, we heard the announcement for everyone, all of the guests in the building, to move to the nearest shelter. They have them set up on all of the floors as well as in the basement here. And just to kind of show you around, just very briefly, you can see some of the supplies they have here. There's also some mattresses on the walls and some chairs and water. Very basic items and necessities. But really the main thing is to get to a place away from the windows and in an enclosed area to kind of protect from any of the impact from any missile that may fall. I can tell you that there has been very high concern about what would happen tonight. The Prime Minister here in Israel saying that they are under the assumption, or they were working under the assumption that Iran would attack, and he said that attack would involve, what he said was, quote, severe waves. And so that is what we are seeing tonight. And I can tell you we have heard the sounds of explosions. And at one point, Diane, there was an explosion that was strong enough to kind of rattle the walls here. So it gives you some sense of how powerful the impacts have been as the Israel's air defense system, we understand, has been put to use tonight. And we're hearing those explosions. We'll wait to see how long this goes on. There's every indication or belief that this could go on for quite some time, Diane. And certainly the word that we've heard from officials here for all of the residents who live in this area and those who may be working here is to stay close to a shelter, as they are anticipating a very strong response.